Hi golfers, Nick here from Untitled Golf. It's Wednesday, so welcome to another episode of Golf Talk. This week on Golf Talk, I'm discussing Alex Noren's swing. What an awesome golf swing and what a great performance in the British Masters last week. His third win of the season. Should have been in the Ryder Cup, shouldn't he? Anyway, let's have a look at his golf swing. Mark Crossfield did do a swing analysis on Alex a couple of days ago, so I'll post that in the description below if you've not seen that. One of the reasons why I'm posting this video is because in that video Mark did mention stack and tilt, and he said that there's some similarities to stack and tilt, the way he stays centered in the golf swing, the way he straightens his back leg, the way he appears to have his weight on the left at the top of the backswing. So I thought I would do a video and just sort of cover those points and sort of clarify that Alex Noren isn't a stack and tilt golfer, doesn't work with a stack and tilt coach, but there are some similarities. So you've seen his swing there, it's pretty good. So this video here I took last year at the PGA at Wentworth. Fortunately I didn't have it on a stand or a tripod, so it does move slightly, so I'm not going to put too many different lines in here, but just show you some sort of different key positions. So I'm going to take it to the top of the backswing. And I did post a picture on Twitter after one of this position here, P4, top of the backswing. You can see how his knee flex has changed, how his right hip is higher than his left. You can see how his left arm is pretty much across his shoulder plane, maybe slightly higher at that point. Also notice how his right arm pressure point is intact there. Also notice how he maintains his tilt that he had it set up, so he keeps his inclination to the ground. I've talked about that a little bit before. So as he starts back down, he regains flexion. You can see at this point here, position 6, P6, club shaft parallel to the ground, how the club head's in line with the hands. So that's going to deliver quite a neutral swing path depending on where the ball position is. At impact here, you can see how he's sort of pushing up off the ground. You can see he's right on the toe of his right foot there. You can see he's kept his inclination to the ground, so his head's pretty much in the same position it was at setup and at the top of the backswing. Notice here, as soon as he hits through, keeping his head in the same position roughly, see how his hands and the club head move to the left, and you can see as he swings through here, club shaft exits below his left shoulder and then his hands as well, and quite a lot of rotation in the finish there, but beautiful balanced finish. And what a year he's been having, 3 wins on the European Tour, pretty impressive stuff. So like I said, Mark Crossfield did mention a bit of stack and tilt in there, so I'm just going to try and elaborate a little bit on that. So let's compare Alex Noren to Charlie Wee, who's kind of like the stack and tilt model swing if you like. So I've got Charlie Wee on the right here, so let's play Charlie's swing out and then just look at some sort of key similarities in a second. Okay, so we're going to take it back to beginning here. Charlie Wee's feet slightly flared, as is Alex Noren. That's quite a good tip. You shouldn't have your feet dead straight. That does restrict your turn, and it does put pressure on your knees, so it makes it difficult to turn, and maybe not good long term in terms of injuries. So what you'll notice is Charlie Wee tends to bring his hands a little bit more inwards at this point. Sort of keeps the club head outside the hand slightly. Notice also left armpit pressure point is slightly away, his left arm slightly away from him with Alex, where you can see Charlie Wee really keeps that left arm pressure point there at this position. As you swing back, left arm parallel, position 3. Kind of similar, the hands are moved inwards, maybe a bit more with Charlie Wee. Knee flex is changing, shoulders moving downward, that helps you keep a sort of centered turn. Alex has got quite a long golf swing compared to Charlie Wee. You can see again though, left arm position very similar, both of them keeping the pressure point under the right arm there, which you can see. Knee flex is changing, and also the right hip is slightly higher than the left in both cases. Kind of similar. Also you can see how the tilt with Charlie Wee is kind of similar to Alex Noren as well. We start down, left arm parallel, position 5. Again quite similar, left arm is inward at this point. You can see as they start to regain flexion, club face position very similar, the shaft plane is very similar here. You can start to see Alex Noren starting to spring off the ground a little bit though. As we get into P6, club shaft parallel on a downswing, similar again. You'll see the club head sort of roughly in line with the hands at that point in both cases, so it's going to deliver quite a neutral swing path. And then impact, you see Charlie Wee maybe slightly square over his shoulders at impact compared to Alex Noren. I know he likes to sort of hit a little bit of a baby fade with his driver as he hits through, but maybe a little bit more on the toes with Alex Noren there. But a very key movement is both players, their belt will be raising as they go through, as the legs start to extend as they go through. Exit position again below the left shoulder in both cases. Slightly shorter abbreviated finish with Charlie Wee. You can see how he keeps his spine tilt there, keeps his head against the wall if you like as he hits through. Slightly more rotation with Alex Noren. So there's quite a few similarities there. Probably would have heard in a lot of videos I've talked about things like knee flex changing, hand path, pressure points, inclination to the ground, head against the wall, swinging to the left. A lot of things that Alex Noren does are kind of stack and tilt moves if you like. So how did that come about? Well, Alex Noren works with a MORAD coach, which is Mac O'Grady Research and Development. He's kind of a student of Mac O'Grady, if you like. Mac O'Grady is very fond and has learned a lot from the golfing machine. So sort of Mac O'Grady's developed his system on the back of the golfing machine. And stack and tilt is kind of got the same background. Mike Bennett and Andy Plummer, who stack and tilt gurus, they've worked in the past with Mac O'Grady, and they're both also students of the golfing machine. So both kind of systems that have developed from the golfing machine as the years have gone by. So there's a few similarities here, although Alex Noren isn't technically a stack and tilt golfer. He's sort of a Mac O'Grady student, if you like. So let's take a look at Mac O'Grady with his driver. So Mac O'Grady was a tour player back in the day. Now he sort of focuses on coaching. We don't hear too much about him these days, but he's always working with golf coaches and players around the world. Let's take a look at their swing, look at the similarities. So with Alex, we'll take him back to P2. Maybe the left arm pressure point is a bit more intact with Mac at this position. Now let's take it back to left arm parallel. Again, hands moving in, knee flex changing in both cases. Take it to the top of the backswing. Pressure points under the arms from Alex Noren as Mac O'Grady. Left arm position, sort of across the shoulder plane. Knee flex changing, right hip higher than left. All similarities here. Tilt at the top of the backswing there, keeping the inclination to the ground. And as we start down, position 5, I'd say Alex's left arm is slightly more in at this point. Not much, very similar sort of swing plane at that point as well. Club shaft parallel P6 in the downswing. And club head position in line with the hands, very similar. And then let's move it down to impact. I can't quite get all the frames here with Mac on this picture here, but you'll see impact position. Both players' shoulders slightly open at this point. Maybe Alex is a bit more on his toe on his right foot. Notice how as Mac O'Grady hits through, you can see here the club first move is to the left, hands moving to the left. You can see where the ball's gone, but you can see club head and the hands moving to left, tracing the arc around the body, which I've talked about a lot in stack and tilt. So you can see there's a lot of similarities here with stack and tilt. MORAD golfing machine, they're not exactly the same, but there's a lot of similarities again. Club shaft exiting below the left shoulder in both cases. Elbows pretty close together, both players as they hit through. That's another key position there. Obviously a big turn, Alex Noren on the finish, and slightly more abbreviated finish with Mac O'Grady. So you can see there's some similarities with stack and tilt, MORAD, golfing machine. I'm not qualified to really talk much about MORAD. I don't know much about it. I've read a little bit about the golfing machine, but only for what I've read on the internet and seen videos and stuff like that. So I know a little bit, but not too much. But I'm probably not the best person to ask about MORAD, but there's a lot of good golf coaches out there that know a lot more than I do. So that's my opinion. I thought I'd just elaborate on what Mark Crystal said about stack and tilt. Alex Noren, what a golf swing. Golfers, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, really helps me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. You can comment in the box below, or you can catch me on other social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.